we have Derek of Outsource Accelerator, and he has some very exciting stuff to talk about. Derek, the show is the first.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi everyone. How's everyone?
Hello.
Okay, we need some interaction. So who has had fun today? And everyone. Okay. And who has learned at least one thing that they will apply to their business, their life, their career? Anyone? Hopefully everyone. Good. Okay, so a little bit more feedback. Who has heard of Facebook here? Has everyone heard of Facebook? Bookface? Okay, and out of you, who is posted on Facebook? Okay, I assume everyone that is on Facebook has posted on Facebook. Is that true? Okay. So this is me learning a little bit about you, by the way. So now the next question is Quora. Has anyone heard of Quora here, or Medium? Okay, Medium. Okay, and has anyone posted an article on Quora or Medium? Okay, cool. A few people. So this is about you, okay, and this is about what I'm getting at here is that user content and getting your message out there there's different ways of doing it. Of course, SEO is super important, but then also there's the route of going to the places where the eyeballs are, which is these mediums, such as Medium, such as Quora, such as Facebook even, okay? So what I want to talk to you about is a 200,000 peso first prize that we are offering, and I'll be telling you about that at the end. Okay, I won't talk you too long, it's only about 10 minutes. But that's hopefully exciting to some of you. Also at the end, I'll be having a giveaway just for the Peepcon, okay? I will tell you the URL at the end. But the route is outsourceaccelerator.com/something. Okay, and the giveaway at the end is basically, we're giving away 10 BPO reward points for the first 50 people and 100 points for the first person to do something that I ask, okay? And I will tell you this at the end of the talk, so stay tuned. All right, now just briefly, in Outsource Accelerator, we are fast becoming the world's foremost authority on outsourcing, okay? We are trying to promote outsourcing, specifically Philippine outsourcing, to the world, okay? So that is what we do, that's our mission. As a bit of context, it's a little bit sort of tangential to maybe a lot of you here, but outsourcing includes agencies, okay? You can offshore outsource, you can onshore outsource, but it includes very commonly things like SEO agencies, SEM agencies, digital marketing agencies, things like that. There's also a lot of contractors. Maybe a lot of you are contractors, maybe on the side of your full-time job as well. But a lot of you probably know Upwork and Freelancer and things like that. That is a huge ecosystem and economy in itself now. And of course, BPOs, which is the more traditional big league outsourcing. Okay, so before I get into that, I just want to sort of put in context. I've been living here 4 years now. I've had an office here about 8 years, and the context to which I was first introduced to the Philippines and how I know the Philippines. So when you Google third world, and I Googled it on Google Images, which must be authoritative, the Philippines is within the third world, okay? And also when I Google third world images as well, it comes up with stuff like this. We are in a place like this, so it's not quite the same. But the point is that, as you're probably aware, the Philippines has had a hard history. You know, there's been a lot of hardship for a lot of people, especially your forefathers. Mostly, I'm talking economically here, but also there's a whole sort of myriad of things. I'm fortunate enough to have met a couple of times Tony Malotto, who is the boss or whatever of Goa Kalinga, who has housed, I think, over 250,000 people in Goa Kalinga homes. He says the Philippines has no excuse to be poor, okay? And Tom Graham as well, who wrote a book called The Genius of the Poor, obviously is sort of focusing on the poor of the Philippines, but how they have sort of incredible intelligence and genius and are very innovative, okay? So that's the background. The good news, well, back then there were barriers. Back in the old days, the forefathers, especially during colonization, but before tech, there were millions of barriers facing someone from helping themselves, okay? Now, the good news is that we are largely no longer in the third world, and we are all collectively in the new world, okay? It's facilitated by technology, largely. It's facilitated by IT and all of this stuff that you're learning here today. The skills that you're learning here today, or brushing up on, or whatever, are exactly the same as those being taught in Silicon Valley, in New York, in wherever, London. You are now on an equal world platform which gives you equal opportunity, okay? And I find that the most exciting thing about being in the Philippines, when suddenly it's previously had restrictions, but now getting mainlined into the world economy with zero barriers, basically. So previously there was, there's been like industrial revolutions, there's been economic revolutions, but or evolutions, but originally it was Detroit and Coventry when there were car manufacturing. Then in my youth, I aspired to being on Wall Street, and then of course now it's Silicon Valley everyone wants to be. Now, there were again physical barriers there. Now, no longer there are. You can perform and you can earn and you can win as much as anyone sitting in Wall Street or Silicon Valley. And arguably you have as good an opportunity, if not equal, if not better opportunity, to really nail it, to win, to succeed, whatever you define as success for you. So I find this super, super exciting. I like the phrase Silicon Valley because I think that actually there's nothing stopping the Philippines from being the next Silicon Valley, okay? Barriers. There are still barriers, okay? But it's gone down, I believe, from millions of barriers to just 2 barriers. The barriers are, one of them is you, okay? So the next barrier is everyone else competing against you to get there, okay? So there's still a lot of barriers because you're not going to be the best in the world. You're not going to be the next Elon Musk without being pretty bloody good and out-competing a lot of people that want to also take that spot. So let's talk about you a little bit. I think to add value, well, to succeed, there's 3 major criteria. Basically, you have to learn or be good or be excellent at something. Then you have to contribute value, okay? And then, of course, you have to get your name out there, which is all about the SEO, the website, the building your ecosystem so that people can come knocking on your door. But you can't have whatever we're talking about success without all 3 of these. You've got to be an expert, you've got to provide value, and then you've got to be able to have a platform on which you can promote or be heard. Okay, so Outsource Accelerator again now is about promoting outsourcing to the rest of the world, okay? We are trying to develop a platform that promotes outsourcing, Philippine outsourcing specifically, and specifically the upsides of Philippine employment to the world, okay? We are specifically, now there are official bodies like IBPAP and CCAP and all this, but they are not focusing on the end users. They're not focusing on the SMEs, okay? They're focusing on big conglomerates, and that's all a bit boring, and that's largely irrelevant to most of us sitting here. So the SMEs, there's 35 million SMEs in the West, and they employ 100 million people, okay? That is the massive opportunity for outsourcing to cater to those SMEs. We refer to the Philippines as being the Swiss banking of outsourcing, okay? And again, this encompasses BPOs, but also contract workers, agencies, because I really think with the cultural alignment, the language, the expertise here, then it really proves itself as being there. I also want a badge where it says powered by experts, when companies can be proud that things are being outsourced and they are then being powered by experts. Okay, so just drawing to a close now. So the part of the Outsource Accelerator, you have said that some of you know Quora, some of you know Medium. We have created the Source on Outsource Accelerator, which is intended to be a wiki contribution page where people can share their knowledge, share their insight, share their expertise in a central resource where everyone can go, okay? So, because there's basically a lack of information connecting Western businesses generally with Filipino expertise, whether it be contractors or outsourcers. So we have developed the Source for this purpose, and it is effectively a platform to promote Philippine outsourcing to the world, but using expert, self-contributed content. Okay, so it's effectively the Quora or Medium for outsourcing. So we need to get this store seeded. So obviously without, if you go to Quora and there's no articles there, that's not going to last that long. That's a little bit boring. Right? So we want to try and get momentum going on this platform. It is a win-win though. So when people see how fantastic the Philippines is, the caliber of the people offering value on their particular specialty, those people can also self-promote themselves, their BPO, their organization, then I really think that this could open the floodgates to more people just automatically considering the Philippines as their employment destination instead of their hometown or their home country. Obviously supported by GDI, thank you GDI, and Payoneer, Mike Rogan and Tagcash. But this is all on our website, which I'll give you the link, so I'll just really quickly run over this. We have a $200,000 first prize, peso. 65,000 peso, second prize. Third prize is 35,000 peso, and then everyone gets 6 BPO points per entry, okay? We do have a requirement though that we need a critical mass of people, so the prize increases the more entries there are. So we encourage you to share this with other contractors, you know, within your networks, with your friends, okay? Again, all of this is on the website, but basically we don't want any promotion of us. We want you to promote outsourcing or your expertise. We want you to promote Philippines as a fantastic destination for that. You can showcase your BPO, you as a contractor yourself, and of course there's an aspect of offering value, okay, to the reader, so it's not just an advert. How to win, this is all on the website. I'll zoom through this, but basically it's based on the most shared and liked article. It's based on also the article quality and originality. There are terms and conditions, so we don't want people like black hatting and sending like 1 billion links there and blah blah blah. So, but effectively it's super easy, and we are just encouraging a centralized resource of fantastic information to attract people to the Philippines. That'll be on Facebook. We're launching this on Monday, so this will all be on Facebook. You'll see it on our Facebook page. Okay, so This is the link if you want to go and find out more. It is 200,000 pesos. You can win this, and it is for many of you maybe write articles. You know, it's sort of $10, $20. For this, you can win 200,000 pesos. Okay, worth checking out, and please encourage your friends to as well. It's outsourceaccelerator.com/BPO, and that tells you all about it, and click on the Get Started to get started. Cool. So basically, help, I believe, outsourcing, Philippines outsourcing, and the contractors within the Philippines. Promote Philippines, promote outsourcing, and promote yourself on the source. Okay, that was my conclusion. So, promote yourself on the source. Okay, that's it. So, as the giveaway, the link that you need to know is outsourceaccelerator.com/BPO, the one that I just gave. And the first 50 people that sign up there, you don't have to write an article, you don't have to do anything. But the first 50 people that sign up today will get 10 BPO reward points, okay, which is a point system, which again is explained within that page. And of course, we also have a competition for the one person who writes the first article tonight or today. The first person to get an article done wins an extra 100 BPO reward points. Okay, so that's it, and that's it. 200,000 pesos, get started. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Derek. Another round of applause for Outsource Accelerator. All right.